for me, that 3-0, it's not sitting well with me. Because, standard United supporters, you're not confident now, especially with this United team that we have. But
it's very sad when a team wins 3-0 away and they still don't feel confident about securing a win.
Tells you much about the fans and the club itself,
All right, guys, welcome back to episode 5 of the Total Football Talk show. On my right wing, preferably on the right. I prefer Neja on the right.
He's got no left foot.
Hey, I do.
He can turn in and shoot with his left. But yeah, left wing, we've got Ali as well. A lot to catch up on. We've got obviously Champions League and Europa League and Conference League.
Yep.
To catch up on. Some interesting results. Some good results. Some happy people over the week, especially in the Arsenal game. A lot of us were happy.
Well, I think we're all happy.
But nervous at the same time because there's only a 1-0 lead, so we don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
But yeah, a lot to catch up on. First, let's kick off with the Champions League.
Yeah, so
some interesting results.
So obviously PSG and Arsenal. 1-0. I watched that game. I was hoping PSG to score more goals. I wish they did. To be fair, Arsenal should have scored
more goals.
You could say that game was enjoyable and it was entertaining. But I don't know if you guys saw, they gave Vitinha man of the match, which I disagree with. If anyone deserved the man of the match, it was Donnarumma, realistically, because of his performance. Vitinha did play amazing. I'm not saying he didn't. And maybe he did deserve the man of the match, but realistically, it's those moments that matter the most. And Donnarumma saved so many chances, like clear-cut chances. Martinelli's one-on-one, well, you could say one-on-one chance. There was a free kick. I can't remember who it was. I think it was probably Declan Rice. Can't get off my top of my head, but Donnarumma literally saved them single-handedly. Good on to him. I do credit that guy as a keeper. They were like, you could say he kind of fallen off since he went to PSG after leaving Milan, but good on him at what he's doing at PSG, and I hope he actually does win the Champions League. I'm actually praying for PSG to win it. If it's not PSG, Barca, but at the end of the day, we don't want Arsenal to win.
Yeah, look, I think we spoke about this even like on a personal level too. I think PSG, to me, are a team that attack very well and they press very hard. So a team like Arsenal, it's not to say that they don't have a good defense or a good midfield, but I don't think a team like that would have been able to survive the consistent onslaught of attacks from PSG, and it showed in the game.
Yeah.
How many clear-cut chances did PSG have?
That strike
Barcola missed the
that strike by
one-on-one.
Dembele was
Right. That was a beautiful goal.
It was a beautiful goal, but
it was like a skim.
Yeah, from the angle that I saw it, you guys probably saw the same angle as me. It was very hard for the keeper to see because I think it was a last-minute one for the keeper.
It was hard, and you could say the shot was like Unco in a sense because the way it went.
Yeah.
Because the way it went.
It wasn't like a bullet that was going in.
And it bounced.
It bounced.
And it bounced, which
But
made it hard.
Don't forget,
there was a ditch on the floor.
there was a pothole.
Pothole right there.
Don't forget, because if you see it, we'll bring it up as well. We'll bring an image of that. There was players
obstructing his vision.
Yeah. So the keeper, it was very last minute for the keeper to get onto that. Obviously, I reckon if players went there, it was minimal players that went there, he would have got onto it.
Yeah,
but
100%.
But still,
the goal went in. A goal's a goal. It went in.
Goal's a goal.
Yeah.
And look, a lot of Arsenal fans are going to say, "Oh, we had chances. We scored. We scored off a free kick."
To be fair, I thought that was onside because from the side angle, it looks on. I thought it was on. I was watching. Close. I was like, yeah, okay, it's a goal.
But we still go back to this. PSG are attacking and they're creating clear-cut chances.
Yeah.
Again, Barcola, like I said, Barcola's one over the keeper. That should have been a goal.
That should have been a goal.
And Ramos.
Yeah,
that's
true. That's true.
You could argue that was one-on-one with the
He
keeper
was,
as well.
but you could tell his pace killed him because he was so slow to get to it, and he played the pass.
It was the toe poke.
Yeah.
Hit the. I think.
Oh, that one. Are you talking about that one?
Yeah,
I was talking about the other scenario where I think it was Barcola's chance. Where
it was Barcola.
Yeah, but Ramos is the one that gave the ball to him.
Yeah.
But the way Barcola hit that ball, was so
It
bad.
was so bad. It was horrible.
I was like, wow. I
was
go, come
horrible.
on, man. And to be fair, I think for him it's inexperience. This is honestly he's young, and I don't see him. Don't get me wrong, Dure, unbelievable player. Watching him play,
He's a gun.
it was like watching, and we'll bring this up in the next game, Barcelona. It was like watching
Iniesta.
Lamine Yamal, like in a sense, because they have that flair in them. Because those players have flair. The players that have flair are entertaining to watch. Like when Neymar was at PSG, it was actually enjoyable to watch when he wasn't injured. You know, he was actually enjoyable. Like he had the ball, and you knew you just couldn't get the ball off him, and he would just get through so easily. That was Dure. Dure was doing the same. And bringing to the point with them pressing, PSG, no joke, was pressing the whole game. Every time Dembele was running, Dure was running, everyone was just running. And good on them. And to be honest, beating a team who does pretty much tiki-taka play from the back, you have to press them well, but you have to press as a unit. And that's what they did. And that's why they capitalized on some of their chances. However, obviously, it was only 1-0, and now it's going to go to the second leg.
Yeah.
Now, that one, I think, in my opinion, is going to be either like a full tight game.
For me, it's a 0-0 game.
Yeah, I see it as
1-0 for me. Arsenal can get a goal in early, and that's it. It's 1-1.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's going to be hard. I think, look, we saw glimpses of Saka again, and I think Saka's definitely one of the best wingers in the world at the moment. There's so much potential there for him, but
I don't rate him still.
no, I don't
look,
know.
he was a threat. He was a threat, and I think he was the only threat. I didn't watch the full game. I watched a bit of highlights. I watched a bit of replays, and I think the chances he created, especially the one he played to Gabriel Martinelli, the chances he created were dangerous chances. But again, I didn't see Arsenal get into a position where they could have scored. All their shots either had defenders in the way, or they were forced to play out of their comfort.
Yeah.
There's a team that forced Arsenal to play out of their comfort.
Exactly.
And what happened? It's a 1-0 result.
Yeah, but you got two Spanish managers that know how to play that game. So one is more experienced than the other. Luis Enrique is more experienced than Mikel Arteta. The only flaw you could say for PSG, as of now, I don't know if you guys saw, Dembele has a little of a thigh strain or a muscle strain now. So he's doubted for the game. But
Unless they probably rest him for the
they give
French
some
league.
horse sperm into him, and then he'll be fine.
No, they probably rest him in the French league.
Yeah. Well, they already won the league.
And they've won the league already. So
And look, you've still got Kvaratskhelia as
Man, he was
he's a great player.
Yeah,
Not
he was
really,
killing them.
to come from Napoli to play for PSG, and there's a lot of doubt amongst transfers, but he's adapted so well to the team.
I'm going to say something here, and I've said it before and previously in other episodes as well. We could be seeing the first ever Georgian Ballon d'Or winner
You think?
in the next couple of years.
If
he continues and if he wins trophies
level
and
that
if
he's playing
at the
at.
level that he's playing, if he keeps on going, if
they win the Champions League too.
Ballon d'Or allows him to win it, because usually it's all favoritism when it comes to the Ballon d'Or. We've seen over the years that some Ballon d'Ors were not deserved.
Yeah.
Messi.
It is going to hate.
Modric.
Modric. Rodri. But
Nah.
Definitely.
so you might as well give it to De Bruyne. Anyways, no, look, I see Kvaratskhelia doing wonders in the next couple of seasons. Like Ali said, if he keeps that momentum up.
Yeah, but I see, yes, like don't get me wrong, he can win it. Like if they win the Champions League now and then he still progresses and wins the, their league, which they usually will, and then wins the Club World Cup.
He's got to continue to perform. He's got to continue to perform.
But the problem
There's a
over
lot
here,
of other players. You've got Dembele in the team.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. You've got too many other players that's competing for it, but let alone
but if he's doing good in his position,
but
he shouldn't worry what Dembele is doing. If he's killing it in his
but
position.
no, what I'm trying to say is
He won't get. He won't. Competition.
There's a lot of competition, but don't forget what league he's in too. Look at the league. At the end of the day, you won't get recognition. Like you're in League One, it's a farmers league. We all know it's a farmers league, okay. But at the end of the day, you're playing in a comp where it's too easy. You're gonna win it anyway. You don't expect them to win the vote, okay? Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing player. If he was doing it at Napoli and then wins the Champions League and do all this process and everything like this, then yes. Because he's in League One, I don't see him really gaining any, let's say, Ballon d'Or. Okay.
Yeah.
Now bringing it to the whole PSG game in general. When it comes to the second leg, we mentioned it could be 0-0, could be 1-0, and then go to penalties.
I want to say that, and then PSG winning it in the penalties.
I think they would. You know why? Because of Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Because of Donnarumma again, because he's very good at penalties.
Yeah.
But it all depends on how they bring into the game and if there's any injuries in the process as well.
I don't think PSG
they
want to
just
take that
gotta-
risk.
I think PSG will just score goals. I think they will go
I don't
up.
think they want to take that risk of taking it to penalties.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, the longer they play, let's say a couple of boys will cramp up, get injured. They don't want to risk that.
Yeah.
They're thinking
And you don't wanna
mentality
give
now,
chances.
close it off in the 90 and just get it over with.
You don't want to give Arsenal chances. That's the thing. We've seen Arsenal come back because of their set pieces, and you don't want to give Arsenal that chance to clinch at something.
Another 30 minutes is another 30 minutes of possible maybe 20, no, not 20, but like 5 to 10 set pieces, which you don't want. And especially if it's a 1-0 deficit, it's 1-1.
It takes one mistake.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? I'm going to bring this to the Barca game now, right? Chesney steps out of goal.
Yeah. Well, it was two set piece goals. Oh, yeah, it was two set piece goals. Yeah.
Deflected, and he went in. That's what happens, right?
You can't control. That kick was
beautiful.
That was beautiful from Dumfries.
But you can't control what happens when there's 15 players congested in a tight space.
Yeah, but Arsenal set piece coach is doing so well. The way they do it, look, I give credit. That's the only thing I'm giving credit to Arsenal. Their set pieces are unbelievable, and they work. Obviously, you could see on their.
Well, it's put them second on the table,
pretty much because of their set pieces.
Twice in a row, maybe 3 times.
Literally, yeah.
Now, but Arsenal, when it comes to, let's say, for example, if it's still 1-0, it's 85th minute, 88th minute, 90th minute at a time, or something like that. Every time they get a foul, keeper's going to be going it and taking it in, or someone's going to bomb it in. Can you imagine they have to do that for the last 4 minutes of at a time?
I imagine defending.
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm calling it now. I wouldn't be surprised if they score through that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like a last minute winner as well.
Winner or tie the game.
You mentioned something before about when they're in the corner box as well and it's all crowded and stuff.
Yeah.
That moment for a goalkeeper especially is the most scariest moment. Not 100%. Only you're looking at the ball coming in, but then you have to deal with players trying to get onto that header and scoring. And
players obstructing you.
Exactly.
Well, holding you back, stepping in front of you, shoving you, pushing you.
Yeah.
As a defender, I hate corners. I hate defending it. I hate it. You see, every time I'm at the front post because I can't be fucked dealing with it. I literally can't be bothered because I can't stand corners because you don't know where the cross is going to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you have an aspect in your mind. Okay, he's going to, if it's like an outswing or inswing, but at the end of the day, it can go to anywhere and it can go over you. Like sometimes I'm actually grateful when it goes over me because then I'm like, yes, I don't need to defend. It's not my fault. But at the end of the day, it's the most annoying thing to deal with.
Yeah.
It is. I can't stand corners. I can't.
Corners are hard.
And the way Arsenal does it, they cram with each other, like some of their set places, they cram together on the back post and then they spread out, which is very smart.
Yeah.
Very hard
because you don't know where they're going.
Exactly.
Hard to defend.
Because what would happen is there's two types of corners you could say is either you zonal mark or you man mark. That's how it is usually.
Well, you can't man mark.
You can't man mark.
In that position, they're all cramped up. How are you going to man mark?
Exactly. So now you're doing zonal defending, you're zonal marking. But then when you're doing zonal marking, you're sort of marking areas in a certain section in that box, in that 18-yard box. Then when they spread out, it kind of disorients you and just go, okay, shit, the ball's going to go into here. It's coming in. But where am I meant to mark?
It's sort of like
and you don't know where the defender is.
Players getting pushed too.
It's sort of like a decoy. So let's say you mentioned before about the whole everyone cramping up and then spreading out. 2 or 3 of those players are going to be decoys. They're going to be running onto the far post, dragging the defenders out of position to lead out the other guy running into that hole.
Gabriel coming in out of nowhere.
Coming in that hole. So, like you said, set pieces for Arsenal could help them get them over the line. They got to play smart in this game because don't forget, it's in Paris. It's not.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Is it
won
Playing
it.
at
second?
Parc de
Yeah,
France.
yeah.
Is it?
As if you didn't see the PSG crowd at the Emirates.
Oh yeah,
man.
they were. Hey,
They
did you see
were-
the ultras?
Mate,
They're all,
it was
I'm gonna put the.
2,000. It was 2,000 something of them, and they were louder than.
Yeah,
the
they were.
Arsenal.
They were screaming the whole game. I don't know if you guys. I'll put the photo up, and I'll put it up, and I'll show you guys. All their fans, well, 90% of their fans were also wearing sunnies.
Yeah, yeah.
They're full wearing
Yeah.
sunnies. And
No,
then,
I rate PSG ultras. They're good.
then the commentator turns around and goes, because there was one guy who was just not watching the game. He was just facing to the fan, to his ultras, and he's just like instructing him what to do.
Yeah.
And I think his shirt was off. I'm not sure. And then the commentator turns around and says, how unlucky can you be for that guy who goes all to the game by not watching the game, but just looking the other direction.
Yeah, literally. Oh, but at the same time, he's looking at that big screen as well, so he's paying.
Yeah,
attention.
I know, but like, can you imagine that you go to that big game and you're doing your part as a fan, controlling your ultras, doing everything. You're like, yeah, go, like, screaming ale, 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 like this.
That was.
But you're not watching the game much.
No, it was. Look, I watched the game and I heard it.
Yeah, I saw.
PSG
I even saw
crowd
it.
was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was amazing.
Shout out to them as well. They
They were
phenomenal.
amazing.
Look,
moving on.
Speaking of set pieces, yeah,
Yeah,
Barca game.
that's what
Barca
I was
game.
getting
Well,
on
yeah,
to.
we move it on to
Barca
Barca
game.
now. Yeah.
Moving on to the Barca
Barca
game.
game.
That
One of-
was out of PSG Arsenal. That was my favorite game. Those two, the
Yeah.
Inter Barca game.
But it's honestly best game of this year,
I would
of
say
this
so
season.
as well.
Yeah.
Best game.
I think we got to see Barca playing not at their best,
Mhm.
playing that Spanish football,
Mm.
being forced to play a different kind of attack
Mm.
and deal with a Serie A defense.
Yeah.
We got to see two amazing styles of football
Crammed in one. Yeah.
crammed in one.
But you know what they said? People were saying, was Inter too physical for Barca? Would you think that?
We had a conversation a couple of weeks ago.
Mm.
I think it was in episode 2 where we
Mm.
spoke about those younger players
Mm.
and how they would fare against older, more physical players.
Yeah, and look what happened now. And they
Right.
did struggle
Mm.
physicality wise, like full on. And to be fair, we also said in the last episode in our predictions and all, Ferran Torres,
Yeah.
he was going to
He
step
had-
up, and he did.
He had he had a couple of chances that
Yeah.
he could have put away. They weren't clear chances,
Mm.
but they were still chances.
Oh, he got a goal.
You got to go.
He
That's what I'm
scored.
saying.
He scored. He had two shots that one of them I thought was going into the far post.
Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah.
was his side netting, and then it just
Yeah.
swerved out.
But don't forget the elephant in the room, man. Lamine
Yeah,
Yamal. You see Haaland's post? Haaland's post.
Elephant
This-
in the room. The guy's a lion, bro. He's a lion. Bro. He's a phenomenal player. Like he's only what 17, 18.
Yeah.
Like
Look at
100
2-0,
appearances already.
2-0 down to say, you know what, I'm gonna step up, and I'm gonna give my team a chance
Mm.
to dribble the way he did, put it back on his left foot, and slot it into the far post.
Yeah.
I was reading like comments online, people saying it's Messi reincarnated.
Yeah.
I was just going to mention
say
that.
the
I was
same
just going to mention that. All right, he's 18 years old. He's got 100 appearances already for Barcelona. Do you think the way he's going, let's say he wins a quadruple this year, if Barca keep on winning season by season, he performs the way he is, do you think he can top up Messi
Yeah.
by the end of
No,
his
look,
retirement?
No,
I think he'll be a very different player because
Not the same style as Messi, but accolades as an individual and
Well,
as a team.
there was a photo of his appearances in 100 games compared to Messi. And Messi had, say, twice the amount of goals, but Lamine Yamal had twice the amount of assists.
Mm.
Okay. And to be fair, like, if he keeps it up, yeah, 100%. But, and you know how his attitude is? He's so loose.
yeah.
And I was
he's
saying this,
very-
I was
Be a
saying
little
this
goofy
to,
sometimes.
I was saying this to Ed actually yesterday, and I go, he is this generation of youngsters, Messi.
Yeah.
Is this generation's
Mm.
because the way he acts,
Yeah.
the way he moves around, the way his social media is, pants down,
Very,
Draggy.
very popular. I've seen
Very
a lot
popular.
of Lamine Yamal jerseys lately on the streets.
Yeah,
And it's we're looking at a superstar here. Like if he
Mm.
keeps up the way he's going, like props to him. He's actually a really, really good player.
No,
very
he is,
talented.
he
He's
is.
18. He's already made 100
he's got,
appearances in the
he's
for
got
Barca.
like how we always say, he's got the flair.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the flair to do what he needs to do, and he does it for the team. And they all say it. So you know how you would say in a normal team, you play as a team, and then that one striker, Haaland, will go and poach you the goals, like a goal scorer. Okay, he'll do that part and he'll go score a goal, Kane and so on, like Lewandowski now. But then you've got Lamine Yamal, you give him the ball because he'll go and do something for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not tactic based.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
right?
you give him the ball and he'll do something.
And you know, I think Sergio Busquets was saying the same thing. It's like, my job became so easy. I just, you know, and Iniesta saying something. My job became so easy. I give the ball to Messi, and that's your job done.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Right?
So that's the same thing with Lamine Yamal right now. You give him the ball, and he'll do the part and win you the game. And that's what Messi was, and that's what you could say Eden Hazard as well. Every time Hazard got the ball,
something happened,
or you knew something. You would get up as a fan. You'd get up. Lamine Yamal was the same. Neymar was the same as well. Every time he got the ball, Ronaldo. When I get into that,
but look,
Ronaldo was like that at United.
At United, when he was younger. When he came to Real Madrid,
he became a different player. But look, I do want to say
that was Edo in the background. If anyone doesn't know, she's in our ear, and she just said, "Don't diss Ronaldo," because she's a Ronaldo fan. So we're gonna diss Ronaldo more now.
But look, I think this is a great period for us to be watching football. We got to see Messi, Ronaldo. We got to see the end of some amazing careers as well. And now we're getting to see the rise of some young stars.
Yeah, good on them.
Going back to the game, Barcelona, full dominance, right? But the goals they scored, 2 long shots.
Yeah. One was a lucky one.
One, look, I want to say it was a beautiful strike.
It was.
I mean, for Rafinha, he did it twice, actually.
Yeah.
He took 2 long-range bullets.
Yeah.
One forced a save from Sommer.
Yeah.
The other one, he couldn't get to. Hit the crossbar. It was lucky. But it was a beautiful strike.
Yeah.
And look, you look at Barcelona, the goals they've been scoring, they're all inside the box. They don't take long shots. You see it from Yamal every now and again, Rafinha every now and again, but they don't do it as much.
Yeah.
Look how they were forced to play by Inter Milan, who didn't have Lautaro Martinez as well.
Yeah.
Mind you, they didn't have their striker. They still managed 3 goals.
Yeah.
Thuram with the flick was beautiful.
First minute fastest. I think it was the fastest Champions League goal.
I think it was 30 seconds. 30 seconds into the game.
But you can
3 chances, 3 shots on target, 3 goals.
Yeah, that sounds like Italian football, realistically. But for Barca to result to coming back and then scoring and having those long shots tells you that they're willing to adapt to the style of the game.
They're capable.
Which tells you more in a sense that that's a potential of a UEFA Champions League winner, because they'll do anything and they'll find anything to find a way to win that game. And that's what they did. Now it's going back to the second leg is going back to San Siro. So realistically, that game on its own, I think it will be very, very tight, but I think it will be like a 1-0. It could be a 1-0 because you're in San Siro, and Inter Milan will go back into that game plan and go, you know what? Let's be defensive and try to go to penalties. If Lautaro Martinez is back, then maybe they'll get 1 goal and try to win it like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
you can't rule out a Yamal special.
But you know what? I'm gonna be very optimistic here, and I'm gonna say 3-1 Barca.
Yeah.
Only because the hype around this Barca team right now.
And Lamine Yamal, Rafinha.
And Lamine Yamal. Like, I think Inter is a good team. Don't get me wrong. Like, they've done wonders this season and past seasons. And Inzaghi has done.
Yeah.
Not Inzaghi. Inzaghi.
Inzaghi, I think it's Inzaghi. Yeah.
The brother.
The brother.
Of Inzaghi. He's done wonders with the team as well. But I think Barca will be too strong in that second game. Regardless if it's home and away, it's Barcelona.
But you know why I think Barca will win that game is just what I was just going to say earlier was, if Inter Milan doesn't go the same way how they did it in Camp Nou, then that's the reason why they're going to fail.
Yeah.
If they do the same, like if they play like how they played against Barca now with this 3-3 draw, because technically Inter should have won that game, by a toe poke.
Yeah.
By a toe, like from centimeters.
Yeah.
So
Yamal
Inter
hit
Milan.
the post and the crossbar.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying
well.
If they back off and not play that Inter Milan, Barca's winning.
Yeah.
It's like saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And if Inter do change it, then he's screwed.
Yeah.
Okay. And
it's gonna be a tight game, but it'll be a tight game. There'll be 1 goal in it, or like you said, penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, I want to talk about two teams who are sitting at the bottom of the Premier League who are absolutely
Don't be like that,
destroying
bro.
European football. They are
Bottom of
playing-
this guy brought
Not
him
not
over
European,
They are
not
playing-
European.
What do you mean? They're playing Europa
Yeah,
League.
yeah, but it's Europa League.
Look, hear me out, hear me
the
out,
Temu
alright?
version
They're playing in the second
division.
most competitive league, right, in Europe or competition in Europe,
Mm.
while they're sitting at the bottom of the Premier League table. So they're overperforming, in my opinion.
Or you could say, no disrespect to
Well,
them,
they're
but
underperforming.
that Europa League is showing how bad it is.
Says
You
you
could,
two are
you
Chelsea
could.
supporters and you're sitting in the Conference League. I wouldn't be talking right now.
We've got a
sitting in
Champions League
Conference League.
spot.
And you're
Um,
playing against
Listen, we needed
village teams
hear me
from
out, hear me out,
Albania.
Listen,
Don't
we
talk.
needed.
We just wanted the
We
trophy.
just wanted the trophy.
We
right?
just wanted the trophy.
So we made sure we finished low enough last year, still high enough to say we finished above you guys.
And go in Europe.
That Conference League trophy, I can get the same trophy in IKEA.
Yeah, I know.
You can get the same design.
That's
in
why they did
IKEA.
it. They did it for the fans.
I don't know if you I'm going to pull this image up as well. I don't know if you saw that. It was an image where it says my wife came back or my grandma came back. And there was like a Europa Conference League trophy. It was like a chandelier.
Yeah, I
Oh
know
my
which one
God.
it is.
And he
It's
goes,
a
I
chandelier
did,
trophy.
I go for...
Like
go,
a vase.
Yeah,
like a
and it
vase.
was like, oh, my grandma just won the Conference League or something like that. It was
You
the
gotta
funniest
send- you
one.
gotta send it.
I'll pull that up
Yeah.
on the thing, but yeah.
But look, I think a very convincing performance from United.
No.
Look, I'll say this.
Maguire.
Bilbao, yeah,
you know
but
what, especially
I
against
want
Bilbao,
to
man.
say that, but
Yeah.
Bilbao did have chances at the start of the
Yes.
game.
Yes.
United came back and scored.
Yep.
Right. It went back and forth for a bit. United obviously got the penalty. They scored.
Mm.
And then the red card, I think, summed up the game.
Well, this is what I was gonna bring this up. Okay. We'll start with the United game. Like you said, Bilbao had chances early in the game. A lot early in the game. A lot of them. Inaki, I think it was Inaki's header.
I think he hit the crossbar as well.
Yeah.
Post.
I think there was a one-on-one. But at the end of the day, that tells me that when they go to Old Trafford, if they get a goal early, Man United will fall. That's how I see it.
I said it before the show. I would not be surprised if Bilbao turns it around. Now, for the viewers, I know these boys know, for the viewers at home, my Spanish team has always been Athletic Bilbao.
Mm.
Not because of... I'm very strange when it comes to supporting teams. That's why I support Man United.
Yeah.
Anyways, no.
What a shame.
And it all started actually with Copa 90. I watched
Mm.
the documentary on... Because I didn't have a Spanish team.
Mm.
I was a supporter of Atletico Madrid and all that, but there wasn't that passion that I had for Bilbao, and it all started with the Copa 90 documentary on Bilbao.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, I love Copa 90. How they only build Basque players into the first 11.
Yeah,
That's very
for the youth.
important as well for the passion of the shirt as well. So that's why Bilbao hit top 4 every year in La Liga.
Yeah.
That's why they fight for cups and trophies and all
Mm.
that. So shout out to them as well. That is my favorite Spanish team. Very upsetting that they lost.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind seeing a Bilbao Tottenham final. I know I'm a
Yeah.
United supporter, but I'm
But-
very weird when it comes to this sort of stuff.
But in that game, I wanted to bring this up. Do you think that was a red card?
Oh, look, I've seen a lot of bad tackles given as red cards,
Mm.
right? And to see that pull denying a goal scoring opportunity from, you could say, was the second last defender, because the goalkeeper was the last defender.
Yeah.
Technically, yes,
Yeah.
but for the nature of it, you're giving a penalty. The team's gonna.
I call that double jeopardy. You either give the one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You give the penalty. Look, you give the penalty. I think you
And you give it a
definitely give
yellow.
the yellow card.
Yeah.
But to give a red card
It was too much.
for a little, like a pull, is too harsh.
Like we've seen some where the guys just batter score for a header or those ones where they just drag him down.
Yeah.
Like how that technically was a drag down.
Yeah, they
but-
didn't even give yellow cards.
They used to never give that yellow card. They used to just
They just give the
it
penalty.
would be in a corner because maybe that guy was going to go get it and then he'll bat ahead of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but then he got dragged down. So it's just a yellow or it's nothing. But
I
this
think in
case,
the
it was a red
Premier
card.
League- Yeah, I think in the Premier League, I think it was not last season, the season before, there was a
Cucurella's hair, but nothing happened.
there was a an obstruction into like a collision
Yeah.
that ended up as a penalty with no yellow card. So I think it was too harsh.
It
I
was.
think I understand why it was given. He was on to score.
Yeah.
He was on to score. Obviously, no one knows what
No,
happens.
I
right?
think he would have. Hoijland would have got.
He would have
that.
got a foot
He
to
would
it.
have got it,
Because it was the second last defender.
and it was an open goal. You could say.
It was an open goal. I mean, look, if he's 1-on-1, he's run down the center of the field. He's 1-on-1, and he dragging back. It's a red card.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've
So-
seen Valverde do that.
Well, that was a
You remember
crunching
he just
tackle.
cuts him- You remember the last man? He just
Look,
takes him out just
yeah.
because to win the game.
So I think by definition, it's a red
It's too
card.
harsh, and it changed the
harsh,
game.
but
It
it's
changed
a
the
red
game.
card.
I know it
It's a
does
red
change the
card.
game, especially early on.
It's
Yeah,
a red
Like,
card.
yeah,
It ruined. I
But-
think it just ruined Bilbao's momentum of.
yeah. But then with that red card, they still had chances. That tells you a
That's
lot.
sort of
They
thing.
had
Yeah,
chances.
yeah.
They
Imagine if
tells
they
you a
didn't have
lot.
that. I reckon if they would have got a couple goals in if they didn't have that red card.
The only benefit for United is that they're actually good. Like they're going back to home, Old Trafford, without a goal conceded,
It's
which
a
is the-
clean victory.
which is very important. If it was 3-1, then
There's 2 goals in it. There's
that's
2 goals
that's
in it.
scary.
You score 1, you shake the team up a bit. There's a chance for a second. 3 goals is hard.
Mm.
3 goals, even if you concede 1 or 2, if you score 1,
Yeah,
then,
demoralized.
then it just dips the.
Yeah, and good luck. Good
Um,
luck. I hope it'll be mad if Bilbao comes back.
Yeah.
It'll be mad. It'll be an enjoyable game.
Yeah.
I will be watching that game.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't see. Look,
And-
it's not. It's
yeah.
it's
For me, it's sealed.
look. All it takes is someone to perform like how it was with Maguire.
Yeah.
The guy became a left winger or right winger.
Well,
Whatever
he was
position.
reminding me of the good old days of seeing Ronaldinho down the line, and
He just. I don't know where the guy came
Gareth Bale down the line.
from. I wish my coach lets me do that.
and Robin and Ribery. No, but look, Maguire will forever be a meme in my head
Always slab head.
because it's not just that. Look, he has some very poor moments,
Yeah.
but I think he then comes up with this amazing moment that you do not expect from a
Mm.
centre back.
Well, the last
Yeah.
game he scored
He
the winning
scored
goal.
the winning
Yeah,
goal,
exactly.
and then now he's you could say assisting.
Yeah, he's assisting now. Yeah.
No, good
Oh
on.
my God.
Look, over the last couple of years, I
Redemption
know,
story.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Look, over the last couple of years, I've obviously a lot of people have had it in for Maguire, saying that he scored goals for United.
You did too.
Yeah, I was one of them. But you know what? I'll give it to Maguire because he actually gives it his all.
Yeah.
Like he's not actually trying to sabotage. There was moments that, like he's just been unlucky
Yeah, he has.
in situations.
I,
But
I agree on
think
that.
Maguire's the type of player that will give it all for the club as well.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I give
We'll see.
credit to him because he does have that leadership role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, it's going to be an interesting game come Old Trafford, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bilbao turns it around.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of
the next game.
luck, look, I did say Ange wins the trophy in his second season,
Yeah.
right?
And I'm
It's
praying for
coming
it.
up now.
And
We're here for you.
You know
Ange.
what? I'm praying for it as well. man.
3-1, sorry, right? Still a decent result. I think Tottenham
Was it
we'll go
4-1?
through.
Yeah,
3-1.
3-1, yeah, 3-1.
I think Tottenham will go through.
They
I
should.
think
go
United
through.
will go through. I think it's an opportunity for Ange to keep that streak going
Mm.
of a trophy
Win
every
or-
second
win or lose,
season.
I think he's leaving. Anyway.
Ange,
Yeah.
I'm praying for you.
We're all
I think
praying
he's
for
going to
you.
leave.
Right.
Like the
He will
way he's
leave
going,
regardless.
the
He
way he's
should, he
going.
should.
Yeah. But
At
you
this
know
point,
what?
he
If
should.
he wins, he's going to leave with his head held high. So
100%.
100%.
That's what I'm hoping for. I want him to just win and then leave. I don't want to brush too much on Ange today, just because we've done it multiple times.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we are here for you, Ange. At the end of the day,
Full support.
full support, and we hope
We hate
the
Tottenham.
best for you. We do hate Tottenham, but we
But
only
full
we
support.
only supporting Ange. We're not supporting
you know
Tottenham.
what? We support Tottenham now because I don't want Arsenal to win a trophy. And if Tottenham win a trophy and Arsenal don't,
We're not going to hit the end of it.
Tottenham's going to have a better
Yes.
season, regardless of where Tottenham is in the
Yeah.
ladder. They're
Yeah.
going to have a much
'Cause
successful season than Arsenal.
Yeah,
Look,
Arsenal
and
has
they
a trophy
will be
list.
playing Champions League next year as well.
Exactly. So
Who?
Um,
Oh yeah, they
Tottenham.
would be. Yeah,
Tottenham, if
and
they
United
win.
will have nothing.
Once again.
well,
Mm.
oh man.
Well, look,
when it comes to United having nothing, it's expected because I'm used to it over the last couple of years. So I'm not.
no,
I'm
look,
not surprised.
I
that
look
we're-
Tottenham wise. Good on them for their win. It's a shame they conceded one. You never know. It's Tottenham. They might bottle it, but they don't like. But they don't like Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I hope to the best. Good luck to them. hopefully they could just go out to the second leg and just win it. But then if they face United, honestly, when I look at that, I honestly hope Ange wins it. But I
It'll
see
be tough.
50-50.
Yeah.
I literally see 50 because both of them are literally at the bottom of the table in Premier League. So technically you could say that's just a Premier League game. You know what I mean? So then maybe both of their Premier League quality will come into that, not
Yeah.
the Europa
look,
League quality.
exactly.
I think United will have the advantage,
Mm.
having already secured a victory at Bilbao.
No.
To go and play the final.
I'm not. Look, I said it before, and I said it to my mate. I said it to my mate yesterday as well over text. I'm like, I'm 3-0 lead.
You're not
for
even
me.
confident.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not confident with the
Yeah.
3-0 lead.
Support a better club.
It was 4. If it was
4-0.
4-0, I'd be
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah,
But
just
Well, that's what I'm
knowing-
saying. If we went to the second leg, like when it comes to the second leg, if United score one goal, that's it. GG.
That's what I mean. All right. I said the same thing with Arsenal as well. If Arsenal scored
Yeah,
early
and
at
they
the
did.
Bilbao, at
Yeah.
the Bernabeu, it's over.
Yeah.
But if
How sad
Bilbao
is
get a goal early, it's game on. Like I'm not going to take anything away from Bilbao.
Mm.
For me, that 3-0, it's not sitting well with me because standard United supporters, you're not confident now, especially with this United team that we have. But
100%.
It's very sad when a team wins 3-0 away and they still don't feel confident about
Yeah.
securing a win.
Tells you
at
much
home.
about the fans and
Yeah.
the club itself, you know. Well, good luck, Ange.
We love you.
Good luck, Bilbao. I don't want United to win too, but good luck to them. And yeah.
Ski 2K, Exhibition, Roots, hey. Σκοτώνω τις ώρες μου και προσπαθώ να μην είμαι ο ίδιος με πέρυσι. Ζητάω πολλά που δεν έχω, γι' αυτό θα οφείλεται μάλλον στη στέρηση. Μου λέει δεν είσαι ίδιος με όλους τους άλλους, εσύ αποτελείς την εξαίρεση. Με ένα μπουκάλι μέσα στο γαράζ μου να ψάχνω τη νέα.
Guys, to the TFT show. Today, obviously, we do this segment at the end of the show. The TFT quiz off. Today it will be Ali versus Val. Obviously, I lost last week. Yeah, so my punishment obviously was the stupid photo of me on our Insta. So if you want to see that, go to our socials in Insta. This week, for the punishment, well, we had an agreement. Well, we kind of had an agreement. We either do an embarrassing photo or we shave the beard off.
Shaving the beard.
So I think we agreed on shaving the beard.
yeah,
So shake on it, guys. There you go. That's confirmation.
This is so bad.
I was thinking of shaving my beard off, but then Val came too early, and I picked him up.
I went to
I'm
the
not
shaver shop for
excited.
you, by the way.
So you got my kit ready for me?
I got those
Okay.
razors ready for you.
Alrighty.
Nice.
So this is split up to 3 rounds. Okay. They're all first round, general knowledge. And then the second round will be a who am I? And then the third round will be a riddle based on teams.
Okay.
Okay. No curveballs.
Thank God.
Ali.
honestly.
Okay.
Like my finesse shots.
I
man.
did pick the I did pick the questions. And I did make them hard. Okay. So we'll start round 1. Alrighty. Question 1. Give an answer.
How are you?
Technically, yes, the
That's
response. now.
that's
What?
it.
He didn't
He said
start
how
the
are you? That's
question?
the answer.
Alright.
Alright, ready? So, who scored the fastest Premier League goal of all time? No one knows?
Damn it. Wait.
The fastest Premier League goal of all
All
time.
time, yeah.
Was it Ipswich striker?
I need a name, not the
No,
club.
I know, but am I the right? Like, was it Ipswich
No.
striker? No.
No.
Damn
No?
it.
Alright, gotta push for time. 5.
No, that's not.
No? Fail? I'll tell you how fast.
Cesc Fabregas?
No.
When he was in Arsenal, he scored
No.
that dribble.
No.
No. But it
Oh,
was.
damn it.
But obviously, we're doing the rule is obviously if you get it wrong in both
Yeah.
ends, that's it.
I
Unless you
thought-
guys want to keep going.
I didn't know that. I don't know who
There was
scored the
someone,
fastest Premier
no,
League
I
goal.
think it was
I
against
knew
like
this one,
City.
actually.
I think it was against like City or something.
I tell you
No, I
how
can't
fast
remember.
it was. 7.69 seconds.
Wow.
You guys want to know who it is?
Damn it.
Who?
What should be like Arshavin or something?
Shane Long.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
You don't know him?
No.
Irish striker. You guys don't remember
From
Shane
where?
Long?
No.
What team?
It's Southampton.
Nah, wouldn't know.
Alrighty.
Damn it.
So 0-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 2. Which country has appeared in 3 World Cup finals but never won it?
Oh, damn it. They did win. Germany did win it.
That's,
I think Germany.
No.
I say Germany.
Netherlands?
yes, correct. You actually got that.
Oh, damn it.
That's
It's funny because I was obviously I was doing the Legend Locker segment and Germany made finals. I think it was like 3 years
Yeah, but
in a
They
row.
won
the
it
question
4
was-
times.
I know.
who's never won it.
I know.
I can't believe
damn
Netherlands,
it.
but I thought, yeah, but either way. All right, question 3. Which Turkish club famously defeated Manchester United?
Galatasaray.
Correct. 3-2 at Old Trafford in the 2023 Champions League.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, this is still here.
Yeah, you can put one there, one there. So when he gets it right, he
okay,
gets
yeah,
there. When we
so-
get it right, it comes here.
Yeah, so you did get 1, it's a 1. Okay. Which player was transferred for a world record fee twice in his career?
Neymar.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Ronaldo, CR7?
Incorrect.
Oh, what should be like
No.
Pogba.
Incorrect. You're both wrong. Ronaldo Nazario.
Oh, if
He
I
went
if I
from-
said Ronaldo and stuck
He
to
went
You
it,
say record fee, I'm thinking like 100 mil, 80
Yeah,
mil.
but twice in his
I'm
career.
thinking-
Yeah, 'cause
Ronaldo to Real Madrid from
See,
United.
when you said
and then
Ronaldo, I was
from-
like, oh, okay, you got it
Yeah.
right. But then
And then
it's
to Juve.
actually he went from Barca to Inter, then Inter to Madrid.
wow.
That was his record fee. Alrighty. Question 5.
We suck.
Oh, it's what is it? 1-1?
Yeah, 1-1. Which manager has coached the most games in UEFA Champions League history? I don't know who got that.
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti.
2-1.
2-1. Oh, yeah, keep going. Keep forgetting. Question 6 and final for this round. Okay, because there's only 6 questions we put. Which club has the most Europa League?
Sevilla.
It's their competition.
That's their competition, 100%. 7 titles.
Wow.
And they're not in it this year.
Well, that's what they do. They go, they win it, they qualify to Champions League.
We'll put it together. It's fine.
They cop in the Champions League. They qualify to Europa League the year after, and then go back and win it again.
Yeah, straight up. Do they still do it where? Because I know they changed the format, but they don't do it this year. Hey, where if you come third, you go Europa League. They don't do that, do
No.
they?
I
So
don't
that's
think
no
they do
longer
that
exist anymore, does
I
it?
don't think
think-
they have that format anymore.
I don't think.
I
they-
think it's fourth now, fourth place.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
No, as in, because now the format is different. It's like 1 to 8 teams and it's 16 or total, whatever. It's a table format. So whoever like comes like a certain time, like in an old format, if
Yeah.
you came third, you go to Europa League.
Yeah, no, it's still the same.
It's still the same.
It's still the
Yeah.
same,
But
but,
what
they
position?
increase the
Yeah,
So
but
the
what
capacities.
number would that be like in the table?
I'm
Would
not
that
sure with La
16,
Liga.
15 and
I
that?
think-
no,
No,
not La
Oh.
Liga. I'm talking about the Champions League.
Champions League.
format.
Champions League.
'Cause in the
format.
Champions League
Oh, the
format-
demotion, you mean? Like the,
Yeah. So if
The
you're
group
first and
stage,
second,
Yeah.
if you go
Yeah.
third, you go Europa. It's still
Yeah,
there.
I don't
No,
think
it's
they-
still that. No, they still do
Is
it.
it?
they still do it,
Yeah,
but I
they
don't
still
know
do it.
what position.
Yeah.
Let us know in the
no
comments.
idea.
Round 2. This is players. So pretty much, who am I? Okay.
Who am I? My name is Nejat.
All right. Question 1. I'm an African player. Became a star at Barcelona.
Samuel Eto'o.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Ah, I'll finish.
I
off
was
the
waiting
question.
for the next segment so I can say.
Yeah,
I
so
just wanted to
Barcelona.
confirm
he
Eto'o.
didn't do enough studying.
Yeah. At Barcelona and Inter Milan and won back-to-back trebles in 2009
Yeah.
and 2010. And that was Eto'o.
Eto'o, Henry,
Wow.
and Messi.
What a
on the
legend.
same team.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Good on him, man. I always rated
I remember
Eto'o.
him for his headers.
Yeah.
His headers.
I rated
He heads the
Eto'o.
ball to rocket bang.
I just remember his pace, bro.
Yeah,
He
He
he's
was
fast.
quick.
Right.
He was quick.
Question 2. I played for both AC Milan and Chelsea. I'm Brazilian and scored a bullet free kick against Liverpool. Who am I? Five,
It's so bad.
4, 3.
David Luiz?
No,
I
never
know.
played for
He
Milan.
didn't play for AC.
Incorrect.
Played for AC Milan, not Inter, AC
AC
Milan,
Milan and
and
Chelsea.
Chelsea, and scored a bullet in
Bullet free kick with Chelsea
with
against
Chelsea.
Liverpool. I knew this straight away, obviously because I'm a Chelsea supporter. 5, 4, 3.
No, I don't know.
You got one?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna have a random guess and say Willian, but I don't know.
No.
Who played
No,
for AC
no, I
Milan.
don't
No?
know. I don't know.
Damn it.
Do you guys remember Alex?
Oh, Alex. Yeah.
Alex.
Brazilian Alex.
Song.
Brazilian Alex. No, Alex Song.
I'm
His
trying
name
to
was
remember
Alex.
Song.
Alex.
Brazilian
Oh.
Alex. Just
I remember
Alex.
growing up watching that guy, though.
Yeah. No.
What
yeah.
a player.
Wow.
Wow.
I forgot he played for Milan.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know, but it's a kind of like a
I remember
you
him
could
at Chelsea, but
think-
I don't
I know.
remember. at
I didn't know
Milan.
he played at Milan as well.
Yeah.
All right. Question 3. I was the first African footballer to win the Ballon d'Or in 95.
This is so bad. I'm just gonna have a wing at it
Mm.
and say pass.
Let me finish the question. Let's go.
Yeah.
He said 95. That
In
goal.
95.
He missed the. Now it's my turn, but
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you continue.
I was the first African footballer to win the Ballon d'Or in 95 and later became president of my country. Who am I?
It's the Cameroon guy, isn't it? Forgot his name. No, I don't know.
George Weah.
No, I don't know.
You don't know George Weah?
I know George Weah, but
Libyan.
I didn't know the answer.
I
He
don't
was,
know.
became president to Libyan. Is it Libyan? or
Libya,
Libyan?
Libya.
Libyan? No, not Libya. That's different.
Is it
Libyan.
Librian?
Yeah.
Never heard of
I
it.
didn't know he won it.
Yeah, I didn't know you
Libya.
wanted to.
No, I don't know.
Keep forgetting there's another question in here. Question 4. Edda's got the tallies up, so she'll let me know.
It's 3-2.
So pretty much our producer is Edda. She'll let us know. Question 4. I scored the fastest goal in the World Cup. Who am I? I can give you... I don't know who actually that was. Okay.
Was it Miroslav Klose?
Incorrect.
Pato?
Incorrect. I can give you guys more context on this
Yeah,
question.
yeah. All right.
Okay, because it's not here written
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
but I'll give you more context.
Yeah.
Okay. It was in 2002 because I know this. Okay. 2002.
Oh,
It was against
Hakan Suka.
Hakan Şükür. I think it was 17 seconds or 7 seconds. I can't remember. It was like 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Against Brazil?
South Korea.
South Korea.
It was
yeah.
it was for the 3rd place
Right.
when Turkey got shafted in that World Cup against Brazil. Rivaldo. Question 5.
All right.
Now, this question, I need the full name. Okay, first name and last name. Because if I say it, you,
Not the club.
not the club. Okay, I was a goalkeeper for Denmark.
British Michael.
Which one?
Oh.
He said Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah, he's correct.
Okay. Oh my God.
I
Oh
was gonna
my
say-
God.
I was going to say Sorensen.
Bro, my heart attack.
No.
I was gonna have a heart attack.
So he was the goalkeeper who scored in open play and won the Euros in '92, which was Peter Schmeichel.
Wow.
Yeah, good on him, man. Now,
I would have called it back. It's 4-3.
last question for round 2. It's actually 4-3.
Yeah, he's winning 4-3.
Okay. It's tight. Someone doesn't want to shave their beard. And
like
be in
my beard on
mind,
my
we're
face.
thinking, I don't know if you guys are fine with this, we will actually record shaving your beard off. Like we'll get a shaver and record and shave it off. Like we will do it ourselves.
Wow.
Is that okay with you guys?
Well, if it's all right with Ali, because he's going to be he's going to be shaving his beard.
He's bought the kit, so
I bought the kit for him, so if he's ready, then we'll get it started.
All right. We'll record and we'll put on Insta and TikTok. Question 6. I was a Brazilian striker, nicknamed the Duck, and played in Italy. I don't know who got that. Producer, who got that? Val.
Adriano?
Incorrect.
Ah.
You want me to finish?
Yeah,
Finish.
go.
Played in Italy and China before fading from the spotlight.
Oscar.
No.
Is your answer Oscar?
He said Oscar.
I'll give you one more.
Pato.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alexander Pato. You said his name
fucking
earlier too.
Yeah.
It's a trick question. It's not a
Yeah, 'cause
curveball,
Oscar
but
did.
it's like
Oscar
both of them did. But if
Yeah.
you say before fading from the spotlight, Pato was one.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that
He
guy
could
had
have
the highest
been. He could have
potential.
been a legend.
When
Like,
he was at Milan, bro, that guy had the best of potential. I don't know what happened to him. I think what happened was he was with Ronaldo It was Ronaldinho back then.
Yeah.
And Ronaldinho was partying too much, and that's what got him to drop his demeanor down,
Yeah,
like,
wow.
or his talent in a sense. That's what happens when you party too much.
Mm.
Ronaldo Nazario was like that, and Ronaldinho was like that.
Yeah.
To be honest, one of the best
Pele was the
players
worst.
in the world ever to play the game,
Wow.
but they were both love partying.
Pele.
I'll
There
bring
are
a
some
photo up.
stories.
Actually, I'll bring a photo up. Ronaldinho was when he was playing for Milan.
Mm.
There were nights where I think 2 nights before we'd actually go to Athens, to
Wow.
like to the taverns,
Yeah.
like because we usually what we do is we have restaurants and there's live music
Mm.
or there's
Yeah.
concerts and all that and there's food and all that. He kept getting invited as a VIP guest. I'm gonna pull up the image as well in the video
Sounds like Ronaldinho.
of him. Yeah, it was crazy, and then he
Singing.
would rock up to training after that, and Ancelotti would just lose it at him.
Wow. Alrighty. So we're on to round 3, guys.
I'm gonna enjoy my last days with a bead.
Producer, what's the score?
5-3 to Val.
5-3. Okay.
Remontada,
still
guys.
close.
Remontada.
Still close. Still close. You can come back.
I'm gonna
There's
do a
6 more
Bilbao.
questions. 6 more questions, guys. Questions, guys. Okay, so round 3 is riddle. They're riddled. They're pretty much riddles for teams.
Right.
Okay. So question 1 for round 3. From South America's heart, my shirt is black and white. You missed the buzzer.
There you go.
I knew this.
He's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it.
If I said the
I'm
next
telling
part,
you now, he's not gonna
if I
get it.
said the next part, if you let me say it, you would have got it.
Yeah, you have to
instantly.
guess now.
Is
You
it?
have
Yeah,
to guess now.
Damn it. It's a Brazilian team.
Yeah.
Flamingo.
Flamingo's black and red.
Oh, damn it.
You want me to finish?
Yeah,
Let me finish. Because you might as well.
Yeah.
So from South American's heart, my shirt is black and white. In Pele's shadow, I found my light. Let me finish.
I got it. No, I got it. You don't
At
need to finish.
Villa Belmiro, stars are born, youthful talent forever sworn. Which team am I?
Santos.
Yeah, Santos.
Shaver shop.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's getting edgy and closer and closer.
6-3.
Let's try this next one. I don't know if you guys will get this one. I got it when I read it. I think this will give it away, but let's see. Question 2. My nickname's the Peacock, Yorkshire. Yorkshire is home, sorry.
I was going to say Tottenham.
No. So my nickname's the Peacock. Yorkshire is home. Fell from the heights, years spent alone. Ellen Road echoes memories, great. While Rose Warriors seek Premier fate. Which team am I? Or what team?
Ellen Road.
Yeah. Ellen Road. As soon as I saw that, I knew.
Oh,
know
the
your
stadium,
stadiums.
Ellen Road.
I can give you guys more hints.
Yeah, more hints.
No, hold
No,
on.
he
Yeah,
But
goes.
you gotta
gotta
get
answer.
an answer. You gotta get an
Oh,
answer.
um,
And then I'll give you guys more
Ellen
hints.
Road. Wigan.
Incorrect. All right, I give you. I won't give you the player, but I could say this team has won the Premier League back in the days. And I give it another one, and I believe they've won the Champions. I don't think they've won the Champions League. They were relegated, and now in the Championship.
Norwich?
No,
Oh,
I'll give one more
Peacock.
question. Answer from you, and then I'm
Problem is, the
There's a
Premier
lot of
League is
teams.
full of birds and dragons and lions.
Yeah, but that stadium people know.
Ellen Road. Yes,
Ellen
bro.
Road.
Peacock.
Yeah.
This might be another curve.
No. My nickname's the Peacock.
Oh,
Yorkshire is home.
Millwall.
No. Millwall's the thing. I'll give it to you if you get it right.
No, it's
5,
a hard one.
4,
I forgot Ellen Road.
3, 2. No. Alrighty. Leeds United.
That was in my
Ellen
mind
Road.
as well, bro. Oh,
Damn it.
bro. Leeds. It was
How many
Leeds.
questions left?
It was Leeds, Blackburn.
3 more.
It was
more
Leeds,
questions.
Blackburn, and Middlesbrough. It was in my mind.
So what's
Yeah.
the score? What's the score? Is it
What's the
still
score,
5-3?
producer?
6-3, I think.
6-3. Damn it.
Doesn't matter. We'll keep going. Yeah,
So
6-3.
I need 3 more.
Alrighty. This one's a tough one. I actually didn't know this one. Well, I do know the team, but I couldn't remember what the team was when I heard these guys' names. We made waves in MLS from day one. Our fans fill the stands in red for fun. With Bradley, Giovinco, and Josie, Mike. We finally won that cup one night. Who are we? This is like prime FIFA, like remembering these guys.
Roma?
No, MLS.
Oh, MLS.
MLS.
Because you said Javinko.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. If you know the knowledge.
I've got no idea. But
Just think of an American team.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know the names.
I know the team.
You don't know it? If you don't know, I'm just going to move on to the next one.
I know it.
No, I have to. If I don't guess, it's GG. Red Bull.
Mm-mm.
Atlanta?
Nope.
Oh.
You want me to give you a hint?
You said
Do
red.
you want to give
You
him a
said
hint?
red. I thought it was
Red.
Atlanta
Give us a
United.
hint.
I can say the country it's realistically from.
You said America, MLS.
Yeah, the MLS, yeah.
You said the
But
country.
MLS is two
Canada
parts.
plays there as well.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Canada, yeah. So Canada, it's a Canadian team,
Toronto FC.
Toronto FC.
Yeah, I would not know.
But we're not giving that because you got it wrong in the. He was meant to
Yeah, I
get
know.
that
Right.
answer.
Fuck. I said Atlanta, bro. Fuck.
Okay, so
I forgot Canada was.
you know what? So we've got three. Actually, we've got 3 questions now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that was technically question 3.
Okay.
In France, we rose before oil met Paris. Our orange and white.
Orange and white. Thank you very much. Give it to me.
it.
Yeah, go.
Come on. I know these guys, and
I know them
I
as
remember
well.
the question, and when it was told to me, and I knew the answer straight away because I know their jerseys.
Go. Orange and white.
I don't know. Fuck, damn it. I was going to say Leon.
No,
But it's
incorrect.
I don't know orange.
So you want me to finish?
You don't need to.
Let me finish. Our orange and white, mad rivals nervous. We lifted the Champions League 1 with pride. The Velodrome is where we ride. Who are we?
Olympique Marseille.
Correct. Olympic Marseille.
You know, I was going to say Montpellier because they got orange as well.
Yeah, they got orange as well. I know. Edo, what's the score now?
It's 7-3.
7-3. All right. So there's 2 questions left. Let's do it just for the keep it intense. Double points. So you need to get this next one and then the next one to win the
Yeah,
game.
Damn it.
Okay. And technically, you just need to get 1.
I'll get a redemption.
Yeah. So you get a redemption.
Remontada.
I think we're past Remontada
Okay.
right now.
I'll make this one as the last one because it'll be too
Okay.
easy. But let's see if you can get this. Okay. I am London's underdog.
Tottenham. No.
How's that underdogs? No.
They
You get it
should.
wrong straight away.
Below
Ah.
underdogs, bro.
All right. Now, you want me to finish the whole thing?
Finish
Yeah,
it off,
finish,
bro.
finish it.
Because it's so easy. I am London's underdog, blue collared and proud, whose silver is rare, my chants are loud. A bubble anthem fills the air. On derby days, we wear our stare. Who are we?
West Ham.
West Ham United.
8-3.
No, I wouldn't have
man.
guessed
Bubbles,
that.
mate. Bubbles.
I
You gotta
wouldn't
know
have
their
guessed that.
song. Blowing
Shout out
bubbles.
to the
I
shout
wouldn't
out
have
to the
guessed that.
shaver shop.
I would have said, honestly, I would have said Everton.
No, that's toughies. You would say it like that. I'll give you the last question. What's the score?
last
That's
question.
8-3.
I've lost.
8-3.
I told you.
When it comes to quizzes,
To tie the game. All right,
Now
I'll
you-
give you
now
the
give me
last one. Let's see
quizzes.
what you can get. Okay, let's see if you can get this one because I moved this one because this is actually a hard one because I don't think you would get this and I don't
Yeah.
think you will get it.
all right.
And I changed these wording so it's too.
Don't
it's
doubt
more
me,
easier.
bro.
Let's see if you know your
Mhm.
FIFA knowledge. This is
Mhm.
based on FIFA knowledge.
Yeah.
From Russia Hall, Red Bull shirts, one proud. Army roots historic, Moscow's crowd. Wagner Love once scored at Real, at Arena refill.
CSK Moscow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, see, it's funny enough, the question was at CSK Arena. So I took that out because that would have
Yeah.
been too easy. Say CSK Moscow.
I don't think
Yeah.
you're gonna get it.
No.
So 2 in a row, guys.
2 in a row. Val's on a streak. I will be playing.
we're going for 3 now. So that was 9-3. That was a clear wipeout. So what I'll
He's
do
got a
is
hat-trick
next
next
week,
week.
I'll get you some razors.
Well, next
I
week.
got from
Why next week?
the.
We're doing it for Insta. We're gonna do it, and he's gonna
All
get
right,
shaved
we'll
off.
do it live then.
We're gonna shave that bloody
We'll do
beard
it
off. I've never
live.
seen you with no beard.
You'll see no beard, brother.
All right.
So next week, it'll be me against Ali. Okay.
Gonna be a good
So
one.
it's a redemption
The
arc
losers
for both
bracket.
of us.
So I
Loser
can s-
bracket.
So we'll put a tally up now.
Mm.
I'm sitting comfortably top of the ladder.
Yeah, but technically last week I got shafted, and I didn't realize how close we were.
Yeah, but you know what? The curveballs I actually got. The Drogba one I got.
Yeah.
And the
So
Totti, and
for
the
me, it
Totti,
wasn't even a
and the
curveball.
Totti
And the
one.
Totti
And the
one.
Toddy one.
Yeah, so it was. I think the final score that was 10-14 or 10. Yeah, it was like 10-14,
Yeah.
14-11. So realistically, those two questions could have tied the game.
Yeah.
Or I could have been in the lead, or so on.
Momentum.
But yeah, so Ali will shave his beard, and we'll
Come
put it
on.
on
A
Insta.
very sad
So
day.
follow our social guys so you guys can see that. It will be enjoyable. I will first do some funny style of shaving on Ali's face, and then we'll post it on. But that was
Before-
enjoyable again.
Before we call it,
Mhm,
there is something that did come up.
mhm.
We spoke about in the break before, but half the Premier League table,
Yep.
potentially can be playing in Europe next season,
Yeah. Yes, we mentioned this.
and it comes down to a couple of things. Obviously, United and Tottenham. If United or Tottenham win Europa League, they qualify for Champions League, which pushes the total number of clubs playing the Champions League to 6 in the Premier League.
Yep.
So the team coming 7th will play Europa.
Yep.
If Crystal Palace beat City in the
Mhm.
FA Cup, Crystal Palace will play Europa.
Yeah.
That means 8 teams.
Yeah. It's pretty much, you could just say you might
If
as well
City
make a
win-
Premier League division in there.
Literally.
If City win the FA Cup, then the team coming in 8th place
Mm.
will play in
But
Europa.
technically, you could say Aston Villa still can get Europe if they don't pull up to 4th or anything like that. You could say who else was there? Who's under Aston Villa right now? I believe it was Nottingham is dropping, but they're 5th.
Nottingham's there.
Well, I think they're 5th. Chelsea's 5th. Nottingham, you got if Crystal Palace gets it, Crystal Palace gets it.
So you've got Aston Villa, Fulham, and Brighton, 7th, 8th, and
Wow.
9th.
Wow.
It's actually very tight because if you look at it, so Fulham, Brighton are both on 51 points. Bournemouth is on 50 points, and Brentford is on 49.
So, but is Bournemouth? Where's Bournemouth? 9th, 10th,
10th.
10th. So,
Brentford is 11th.
so
on
technically,
49
you said
points.
it was 8 teams that can make it, correct?
Yeah, 7th and 8th.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
can you imagine, like, next season? Like this season, technically English teams are dominating, but can you imagine next season all those English teams if they make it all through? Because right now, the reason why they got those spots is because they're dominating in the in Europe.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they got the 5th spot now, which I'm kind of happy with, but then I'm not at the same time because it just makes it, well, it makes it more competitive to be fair.
Yeah.
It makes it more competitive.
It'll
And-
be good as well for the league
Yeah.
because
Teams
this
have
is
to
going to be
buy.
so bad to say, but the teams that are competing in those competitions, we're playing so many games
Mm.
that it gives opportunity for the
Those youngs
smaller teams
to have the bigger.
to perform. You consider injuries,
Yeah.
player fatigue.
It's like when Leicester City won the league and then the next year they were in Champions League and they did have a good run.
Yeah.
I think they made it to the quarters around 16,
Yeah, it was around quarters.
Yeah.
which was good on them. You know
But
what I
still, in terms of the Premier League, as the Premier League,
mean? Yeah.
competitiveness in the Premier League will actually be better
Yeah.
because you'll have teams like Man United if they don't qualify.
Well, from the
Um,
looks of it, possibility. It's
um,
either Tottenham or look.
yeah.
I don't know. Tottenham. One of them is not going to qualify.
Yeah.
That's how it
That's
is.
for sure.
right,
Or both.
you know.
Maybe they both got kicked out, and then that's it. GG.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's
like Man United, who are sitting in 14th or 15th place,
Yeah.
right?
Tottenham 16.
Man United.
15.
Teams
bit,
who
yeah.
are sitting at the bottom of the table
Mm.
will be able to perform at their highest level
While other
against
teams.
the better teams
Mm.
who might have injuries or might
Yeah.
be going under, players going through fatigue.
and
players who are playing three games in a week.
people don't. That's the people don't realize is that, like, and unless the City found the struggle of it when it came to the next year of that league, was the time schedule and realizing playing that separates the bigger six or the top four compared to those bottom lower teams, like mid-table teams, is that playing in Europe is hard, and playing in that schedule is even harder.
Yep.
Okay, and separate and to balance that was so hard for them, for those mid-tier teams, and that's why they struggle. You know, like Aston Villa were like this before, and there was another team that made it into the Champions League, not Leicester City, but it was someone else. I think it was Aston Villa, and they struggled beforehand because of the time schedule and realizing, we've got to play so many games and balance our books. But then you realize they don't have the same money pool to buy more players and to rotate.
Yep.
So it made them struggle.
But
so
now,
the difference with Chelsea and Man United and everybody, they have the rotation.
Yeah.
So it's harder. I mean, so it's easier for them because they've got the player pool and they've got the quality. But for a mid-tier team, so if, like you said, Fulham and who was a Brighton go and play in the Champions League, or not Champions League, but Europa League, they're going to struggle.
Yeah.
Don't forget that pushes Conference League position down too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you got Conference League as well. So it's going to be hard.
So 10 teams is, honestly, it's exciting.
I
do want to see.
Good luck to everybody there.
I don't want to see how the Premier League playing in Europe, and you know.
But then that opens up to a lot of teams fighting for the Premier League next season, and then we'll see. Anyway, congrats to Liverpool, of course. They do deserve it. No, they do deserve it.
You know what? And I said it to one of my mates. Liverpool had a weak team this season, one of the weakest teams, like one of the weakest Liverpool teams, and they won the league.
Yeah, but
compared to the other seasons they've had stronger.
Yeah,
Liverpool
I agree.
Team.
What I say, look. Liverpool fans will probably disagree, but they are lucky with how every other team is.
How City's gone this season as well.
How City injuries,
Arsenal.
Chelsea. Don't get me wrong, Chelsea as well. Like, we're going through some bullshit right now, but we had injuries as well. Man United on a downslope. Tottenham is Tottenham, but you had Arsenal who were performing, but then they had injuries that caused them problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Aston Villa is performing, but because of other teams are struggling. Nottingham Forest is performing, but because of other teams that's struggling. That's how Premier League is. Yeah. And if it always goes based on how other teams are doing. Now, if you remember, City won the league by 1 point, I think it was, against Liverpool.
Yeah.
But both teams were agreeably the best teams in the league. But every other team, if you saw the point gap, was like 20 to 15 points. Yeah. But because the other teams were failing, which is fair, that's how the league works. If other teams are failing, then you're not going to win the league, of course. And that gives you the favor.
Yeah, the other thing is it's getting points where you need to. Like,
of course. Pulling
points from teams that you look at Arsenal, for example. Arsenal do the opposite. Arsenal drop points
to the wrong teams.
To in games they should be winning.
Exactly.
Right? They'll go to City, right? They'll pull a draw.
Yeah.
Or they'll beat City.
Yeah.
And then they'll go to Fulham or Southampton and they'll lose. Right?
That's true.
It's games like that,
of course,
where Liverpool this season, I think they've had a very good run because they've maximized those points. And look, obviously you win, you get points, but it's pacing yourself through the season and saying, this is a game we need to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is a game we can afford to draw or to lose.
Yeah.
And it's saying, you know what, we'll go for a win. We'll push hard for a win. We really need this win.
Yeah, but the problem, see, that's fine. That's true. It's what we call whenever you see a Premier League team win the league, it's the 1-0 wins that matters.
Yeah.
But them losing a game or drawing a game, Liverpool, is when other teams should step up.
Yeah, that's a chance for Arsenal to...
And that was the problem this year, that every team that had the chance
didn't take it.
And today, when we were recording this, Wolves lost to City 1-0. Ironically enough, if Arsenal lose and then City wins again, or 2 more games or whatever's left, there's like 4 games.
I think
left.
there's
City can finish second. That's how funny it is. Even Chelsea can finish second. That's how close those guys are. Tells you the difference. When the games matter, you should be winning, and that's what's not. Yep. That's what every team was, and it came to the floor of with injuries, players, teams, and how they were. But Liverpool, the reason why I give them credit is because they were just consistent and they won their games. But don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, the other teams were not performing, man. They were every team, honestly, the only best teams I could say in this year of Premier League was Nottingham Forest, and they lost. Don't get me wrong, they lost to teams where, to be fair, versing their own caliber, and they will lose to them.
Yeah.
And Arsenal, they were winning games. Yeah, they were doing well. That's why they're second at the moment. And Liverpool, everyone else was terrible. City was terrible.
Look, I think it happens almost every season. Start of the season, like Tottenham went for a good run. We had a very decent run.
We did, and then our coach killed us.
Aston Villa had a very decent run. And yeah, look, look at them. At the end of 38 weeks, we'll see what the table looks like. But I mean, look, Arsenal, they continue to focus on set pieces and trying to build through crosses. For me, they're not chances that you can rely on to get goals.
Yeah,
there's too much that can happen.
It's like saying
there's so much that can go wrong, and that's why the draw to PSG. You watch them in the season. Some of the games they've managed to pull back where they could have lost. Some of the losses and the draws.
Yeah, it's like
they need
saying,
a solution.
It's like saying if Arsenal didn't have set piece, they're not winning. They're not even
without
second.
set pieces. They're probably fifth in the league.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we'll
see how it goes, guys.
All
Thank you
right.
very much for tuning in and watching I think will be an hour's video this week.
Who knows?
We love you. We appreciate
Everyone
you.
wants to see the thrashing in the quiz.
Please just skip through the quiz part. just keep hitting the
Next button.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for
yeah.
watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Our socials are in the link below. So if you actually want to see Ali's beard getting shaved off, do follow us on our Instagram or TikTok. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe, put the notifications on so you get notified when the video does come out. And yeah, see you guys
See you later.
Peace out.